The time taken, T, for passengers to be checked in for a flight is inversely proportional to the square of the number of staff S working. It takes 30 minutes for passengers to be checked in. When 10 staff are working, find an equation connecting T and S. Okay, don't get all bogged down in the language and the words. Let's have a look. Time taken T, inversely proportional to the square of S. So here we go. T equals K over S squared. I've set it up. Now I just substitute in. Time is 30 minutes equals K over the square of the number of staff working 10 squared. So 30 equals K over 100, because 10 squared is 100. So if I times both sides by 100, I will work out what K is. So I've got 3000 equals K. 3000 is K. So find an find an equation connecting T and S. All I need to do is put this back in. So T equals 3000 over S squared, and that's it. T equals 3000 over S squared. Okay, what is the minimum number of staff that must be working so that the time taken is under 60 minutes? So what I'm trying to work out is how many staff are going to be required if the time is going to be less than 60 minutes. So let's take right up to 60 minutes and see how many staff are required in order to check in the right number of people. So let's have a look. So I'm just going to put my time equal to 60 minutes and copy out the rest of this. K over S squared. Hang about, we know what K is. So 60 equals 3000 over S squared. Right, just need to rearrange this to work out how many staff I need if my time is 60 minutes. So I'm going to need to make S the subject, the number of staff. So I'm going to times by S squared, both sides, times this side, times this side. So I've got 60 S squared equals 3000. I'm going to go over here. There is space to work out below, but it's difficult from a video perspective. It's nice to keep your working out directly below. It helps you to organize it properly. So I'll just rewrite out the last thing I had. 60s squared equals 3000. If 60s squared is 3000, s squared must be 3000 over 60. So I'm just dividing by 60 on both sides. Okay, so let's see what that would come to. 300 divided by 6. So s squared equals 300 divided by 6, which is 50. So this is a calculator question, but I think it could also be a non-calculator question, so I'll carry on without a calculator. If I take the square root, now you're not expected to know the square root of 50 precisely, but you are expected to know that it's just going to be a bit more than 7, because the square root of 49 is 7. So it's going to be 7 and a bit. So s equals 7 and a very small amount. I mean, if this was non-calculator, so if it was calculator, I would expect that they would ask you to write it to a certain number of decimal places, or just to leave it in third form as the square root of 50. Non-calculator, I'm looking at that and it's just 7 and a bit. Just to demonstrate, if I'll do that, square root of 50, it's 7.07106 and so on and so forth. So it's 7 and a bit. Now, If it's 7 and a bit, it means I need just a little bit more than 7 members of staff to get to look after all these people and check them all in within 60 minutes. So actually I need 8, right? Because 7 isn't quite enough. So I need 8 staff members to be able to do that. Because if I need even a tiniest little bit more than 7, then I need to have 8.